Good. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. We're here to talk about WandaVision.
WandaVision 3 or interrupt special.
Yeah, because that's after Now in Color. So we interrupt this program.
Yep. So that's where we're all outside of.
Yeah, that's the backstory.
Initial backstory. I want to know who the missing person is.
I don't know. Maybe that'll tie into Winter Soldier and Bucky. Or Winter Soldier, Falcon, whatever it is.
So I've heard a lot about it being Reaper, or not Reaper, but Wonder Man, or gosh, just a couple of like really, except for Wonder Man, everybody else is like real low level.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not heard anybody say Reaper, who's Wonder Man's brother in the comics. And it would make perfect sense. WandaVision is based on not only House of M, but also the Vision series.
Yeah, where he has a family and all that.
Where he makes his own family. And in that series, Reaper is in witness protection, lives in the same DC neighborhood as Vision, disagrees with Vision and his family being there, puts on his old Reaper costume.
Yeah, I remember what happens next.
And the wife kills him.
Yep.
We've already seen the Reaper's helmet in the Bewitched episode opening, I think.
Was it in there?
Or it was the Dick Van Dyke episode. One of the first two episodes, Reaper's helmet is clearly in the floorboards as we scan up, as Vision goes through the house.
Yeah. So I wonder what's a foreshadow and what's just an Easter egg.
Exactly.
You never know.
But we're looking for a missing person, right? Wanda goes to set up here. Reaper doesn't like it. Tries to defend himself or defend the town or what have you.
Maybe he had some sort of
and Wanda inadvertently kills him, or Vision does, or
I think Wanda would.
Or she blinks him out of existence or whatever.
Maybe he had some resistance.
Right.
And he was like, hey, you're not doing this. And she's like, you're not going to stop me.
Maybe. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a missing character. And that's how we get Wonder Man in the series.
No, maybe. That could be.
And that's how we get Vision back alive.
I have a theory on that. I have a theory on that one. As we get to the,
because I think we're clearly driving towards that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Hayward is introduced in this episode also. Did you find it funny that Hydra is in his name?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't.
You can rearrange it to Hydra. Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah. Because Rambeau.
You see her snap when she's asleep.
Yep. We see her come back, and her sense of law and losing her mother while she's gone. I think that's going to play a big deal in it later on. And then
probably at least down the line for her if she gets her own series or something.
And then. Anything else on that episode? There was a lot of little Easter eggy things in it.
They bring in girl from Thor. I can't think of her name. Darcy, yeah.
Yep.
And Jim.
Yep, Jimmy Woo.
Which is funny because he played, you ever watch The Office?
Yeah.
He played Asian Jim.
Yeah.
And now he's Jim in this. That was great.
Yeah. I think that's why he's Jim in
I hope so.
The MCU.
I forgot I'm wearing a fucking Office shirt. I didn't realize that.
I really wonder how much of the MCU is going to be tied up in WandaVision. Like how much of the MCU going forward are we going to be watching and going, oh, that was in series da-da-da. Oh, Hayward did this with Vision's body and blah, 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 blah.
Probably enough that you know if you watch, but not enough to that it'll affect things.
Yeah, that's kind of how everything has been.
Mhm.
I am surprised that this does not tie back into the MCU very much. Like, we have some characters from the MCU, and we have a couple of the big events,
Yeah, some clips here and there.
but we don't have, like Hayward, we don't have, at least not yet, he hasn't gone to Sokovia and collected all of the Ultron bodies to try to do that. And maybe we find out Monica's mom kept him from doing that.
Could been. Or that was I was about to say maybe that was tied in with Spider-Man, but that's not. That was from
But that was
Avengers
the
1.
Chitauri.
yeah, maybe there was some effort like that by Stark
Yeah, maybe.
and he couldn't get a hold of it.
Maybe. I don't know. And with how much that the damage control,
Mhm.
the Tony Stark
Yeah.
cleanup crews, we haven't seen much of it in anything except Spider-Man Homecoming.
There hasn't really been any movies. That was the last one that came out after Infinity War.
Mhm.
Or I mean Endgame, so that's why.
Yeah, but they were cleaning up from the first attack.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably still massive, but that was
Right.
also there was also a time jump.
Right, but there's also but we've had so many other things go on.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Spider-Man, the first one, Homecoming. I'm thinking of Far From Home.
Yeah, Homecoming we don't have. Homecoming still takes place
Yeah, that's pre.
before Civil War.
Yeah.
Or
pre-Civil War.
right around right around Civil War.
I think it was after because he has the suit.
I don't know because
He gets the suit in Civil War. His regular spider suit.
so in Civil War, Tony goes and recruits him,
Yeah.
and then in Homecoming, he initially has the homemade suit, and Tony recruits him.
Hmm. I think maybe it
And
kind of
he talks about fighting Captain America, like the ferry boat scene
Mhm.
where Tony has to help out with the ferry boat.
Yeah,
then-
and he's
and Spider-Man
and all
pulls
that.
the whole, well, if I was really that important, you'd be here. And Tony steps out of the suit
Yeah.
because, of course, he does. Ugh.
Probably one expensive ass cameo.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's in it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man says to Tony, hey, you thought I was good enough to come to Germany and fight Captain America with you.
Mm-hmm.
So why am I doing just low-level stuff?
So yeah,
So
it's,
it'd have
it's
to be
it's
after Civil War.
Yeah, I was thinking he had the suit,
Yeah.
but maybe the beginning of it's kind of mixed in with Civil War.
Yeah, because he gets an Iron Spider suit at the end of Homecoming.
Does he?
Yeah.
Or was that?
Well, he shows him.
Yeah, he shows it. He doesn't get it. He
doesn't
gets it
get
in
till
Infinity War
Right.
because he knows he's gonna leave, so he wants to give him a better weapon, basically.
So I am surprised a lot of that kind of stuff isn't in WandaVision more.
See, I'm not surprised just because I feel like they're trying to kind of keep this to stand on its own. That it doesn't necessarily need all the flash of the main. I think it's trying to keep it a more intimate story.
I guess I'm talking when they're walking through the sword facility,
Mm-hmm.
when they're going through computers and that kind of stuff, that we don't see more little tidbits
Oh, okay.
of the Marvel MCU.
I don't know. Maybe they just. I don't know. Could have
Yeah.
they could have foreshadowed some other stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
that they could have.
Oh, this is
I can see places where more could have been done to tie it in.
yeah, like oh, that's a glider, or that could be goblins or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Or so very special episode.
That's where Vision starts getting a little
Yeah.
little wise to Wanda.
Yep. It's where the dog dies.
Yep. And
Sparky, which is another Vision reference.
yeah, there was a deleted scene where John Wick comes in and he starts shooting. I'm just kidding.
Pietro's in it,
Yep, that's his first appearance.
and that one, the Pietro. Ugh.
It's fun.
Yeah. I still don't know. I still have I still think that that's the real Pedro.
It's not. She confirms it later on.
Because he's still there.
Yeah. He was. I can't remember exactly what she says. She plucked him from somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's real, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not her brother.
Yeah. That was that would have been such a cool tie-in. That would have made everybody go, "Oh, yeah. That makes so much sense now."
Maybe for you.
That would have been good. The aging up of the kids.
Yeah, because they want to have the dog, and they're like, "Oh, you can't have a dog."
They start out as babies at the beginning of this one, and they age. I don't know if she ages them up or if they age themselves up.
It seems like they age themselves up.
And if that's the case, that's Wiccan.
Yeah, that's definitely his power.
Speed can't do that.
No.
But I don't know if I'll even rewatch that one again.
No?
No, there really wasn't. I mean, the conflict between Vision and Wanda was nice.
I feel like it fit with Sparky dying with her and her brother. Saying, "Oh, you can do anything. You can bring people back. You can bring things back to life."
Well, that raises a question then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Agnes doesn't tries to has Sparky die. It seems like to try to help Wanda with her grief.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really good the controls starting to slip episode, but I don't think that it
is a big control. Yeah, there's a lot of.
I don't think that it's as impactful of an episode.
No, it's not.
As like 4 or even the
next
Halloween.
one.
Yeah, because the Halloween one was.
That's my favorite one, just because the costumes.
The costumes were great.
I like how they justified it. Where she's like, "This is a Sokovian fortune teller, and this is a luchador."
Yep. Yeah, I like the little Wanda has a luchador fantasy thing, or fetish, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
What's the guy who worked security that was dressed up as Frankenstein's name?
I can't think of it.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can just look it real quick.
It's probably pretty low. David Payton. Herb.
Herb, yeah.
Yeah. I want to know what's up with Herb in this episode. Because Herb is not acting like he's under mind control. Herb is acting a lot like he knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that he is there to either keep an eye on things or keep it all together. Like, I'm wondering if Herb wasn't... No, he couldn't be the guy in the beekeeper suit, because I want to know what happened to the guy in the beekeeper suit that came in. Like, she didn't just force him out.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she just killed him.
Because we didn't see him on the other end come out.
I don't know.
Right?
Maybe she just stuck him somewhere and wiped his mind or something.
That's what I'm saying. Where is he? And Herb is acting way too much like
he knows what's
Agatha
up.
Or Agnes.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
But
he
why?
Was like, well, maybe...
Did Agatha do it or Agnes do that when she was talking to him while he was trimming the hedges?
Could be. Maybe he's working with her.
He seemed to know a little bit about what was going on then, too.
Yeah.
Or is he in eyes and ears for her?
Maybe, being the other next door neighbor.
Like she did with the other one?
Which other one?
Pedro.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right?
It could be.
Anyway, I've got some questions about Herb.
Herb.
And I'd like to sit down and talk to him. But yeah, the costumes were great. The part with Pietro at the end, Wanda making the hex bigger, that's, I think, going to play a big, big deal later.
I like that Vision went out there and you see him flying and he goes to all these people and they're just like on autopilot and they're crying and you're like, oh, the farther it gets away, the harder it is for her.
The farther it gets away from Wanda.
Yeah. Closer it gets to the barrier.
Center of town. Right. Well, I think it's wherever Wanda goes. So if Wanda went out there with the kids,
makes sense. Yeah, it would pick up wherever.
It would pick up, like programs idling in the background of a computer.
Yeah, just enough you think something's going on. Just good illusion.
Yep.
As it was.
Yep. And then Agatha's acting. Ugh. I thought she was really still under Wanda's control.
Really?
I really thought that in this episode, I thought she really was.
Oh, that part. Yeah, when she's sitting
in the car.
Yeah, I was like, but that didn't make sense. Because she had free will before.
She was acting.
No. I mean, when she was acting like she was under her control, but before that, she was like, what do I say? What is my line?
Right.
Do you want me to take it from the
she's
top?
acting for Vision.
Yeah.
I get it.
Wrong
turn. Because she doesn't want Vision to know that she's
able
to do what she wants.
Because I was thinking, she wouldn't be under control. I don't know what I'm thinking.
And her telling Vision that he's dead.
It's going to start something. Yeah.
And then the best part was the expansion of the hex.
Oh, and he pushes his way out and he's like, help the people. That's
because we heard in this I think it's this episode we learned that Hayward is tracking Vision.
Yeah.
But how? Right? Because in the episode it's from the vibranium.
Yeah, his vibranium body.
Supposedly.
Supposedly,
right? But when he tries to leave the hex, his body starts to break down and get pulled back in. And if he really is real, right? I mean, is she strong enough in the MCU to conjure vibranium and make it out of nothing? She is in the comics.
Maybe it's because it's a facsimile of it that it still gives off a similar signal.
Maybe it's because if he's real, right? If she has really made him, then he should be able to exist outside of the hex. Right?
I don't think he's real, though.
He's not.
Yeah, we know from the last episode.
Yeah, from the last episode, supposedly she has made him in here, in the hex.
Yeah.
Right? But the kids are made in the hex, too. So, does the hex have to take over the whole, is the whole world going to end up hexed so that they can stay alive?
I don't know. That might, if she did that, it might kill her to expand it that much.
Yep. Although, the expansion, I did like the expansion because of what she did to the sword agents.
Turn them into clowns and all that.
Turned them all into clowns because that's what she thinks of them.
Yep. Performers.
Yep. Now Darcy's inside.
Yep. That was funny when she's like, crap. Couldn't do anything. Just sat there and took it.
Yep. So does Darcy get powers now?
I don't
Monica
think so.
had to go through twice. No, she went in, out, in 3 times to get powers.
I think they were trying to say that she had latent abilities and that just woke it up.
Maybe.
Maybe Darcy does get powers.
Who does Darcy become then? What character? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
They
could pretty much pick anybody. Or maybe they make a new superhero for her.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what superhero would fit Darcy's current description of who she is and how she looks.
I really don't know. I feel like I feel like after this ends, I feel like she'll stick with Rambo and Jim. I think they'll be like, I feel like they will have their own series.
Yeah, they seem like a team, a good team.
Yeah.
So we have the Eternals coming up. I wonder if Darcy isn't in Eternal. I wonder if she's one of the Eternals.
Maybe
And
she's an
her
Inhuman.
inclusion in here Well, Eternals and Inhumans are two different.
No, but I'm
Right.
saying, but they're related because the Eternals were made by the Celestials, right?
Yeah, kind of. They were made to kind of protect the Celestials while the Celestials slept, basically.
Yeah, and
But there's two different groups and da 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 da.
yeah, there's the
But that has nothing to do with Inhumans.
wasn't the Inhumans wasn't that
Inhumans is
who were they created by? I thought they were created by the
Inhumans
Celestials
were
too.
Terrigen Mist.
Yeah, but they had something. They were intentionally made that way to have their things unlocked, their powers, weren't they?
They are a subspecies of humans that have a latent thing that the Terrigen Mist unlocks.
Okay, I thought they were created
They
by the
aren't.
Celestials to be
Not that I know of. Maybe, I don't know.
be like bodyguards for Earth, while there was some Celestial
I
inside
am-
the Earth.
I am not a big Inhuman reader. They do not. The Black Bolt thing not talking is about the most interesting thing about the Inhumans, in my opinion.
When he
But
does
that's me.
talk, though,
Yeah, yeah. And that's only interesting because that's a what would you do if this was your power thing.
that's true.
Anyway, so everybody is basically in the hex now except for Hayward and
Few people. yeah.
Rambo and Jim. Yep. But yeah, I don't know how much bigger the hex can get. I don't know if she can do worldwide.
No, I don't think she can. Not without really straining herself and probably killing herself.
But would she? So the hex is going to be broken at some point.
Yeah, obviously.
When the hex is broken, does it just like wash across the entire globe? And because it washes across the entire globe, it unlocks people's powers as
Yeah.
it goes over.
Yeah, we
like
talked
she
about
did
last
with
time.
Rambo.
That's what we talked about last time. We're pretty sure that might happen.
We talked about her trying to envelop the entire Earth to keep the hex going and being unable to, and then it washing over.
I thought it would just go haywire when she fought Agatha.
Right.
I figured that would happen and it would be unstable and blow up.
Okay. I thought that she would try to expand it to take over the entire Earth.
I don't think so. I don't think she wanted to go outside of Westview.
I'm just saying that I think that to keep Vision alive or to keep the kids, whatever it is that she needs to do to keep that family unit going.
Maybe over time, yeah, if they're like, oh, we want to leave and go somewhere.
Maybe. I don't know.
But if the kids are fake, she can keep at whatever age
I
she
am
wants
now
to.
I am now agreeing more with you and thinking that that's what happens is whatever happens to cause the hex to break causes the hex to wash over the entire globe, and that unlocks mutants.
Mhm.
Speaking of Wanda, there's one more. The end credit scene. Pietro.
Mhm.
Pietro's still alive.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, she plucked him from somewhere.
Right, and he's eyes and ears for her.
Yeah, so she's just controlling him and under a spell. But I think he is actually a physical thing. He's
You
not
think so?
crazy. I don't think he's a construct.
You think he's just a person that was in there? Or do you think she plucked him from...
My theory is she plucked him from a different dimension
You think so?
and said, oh, well, because she says, oh, no, I couldn't bring your brother back to life. He's on a different continent.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe she just plucked him from either an alternate reality or something
Mm-hmm.
and said this is quicker than trying to fly
Right.
over there.
I'm trying to... I grab a Quicksilver.
Yeah, someone with
from
similar
somewhere.
powers,
Right.
mind control, you're good.
So does he try to... If that's true, does he try to get back to his dimension?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe Wanda puts him back.
Do
Maybe
we-
that's how Doctor Strange comes into this.
Here's a question. Is this how we find out that there's Earth 616, Earth 681, Earth, the Ultimate's Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Is this how we find out that there's different ones?
Could be.
I wonder what the Fox X-Men's Earth is called. FU81.
What's the number sequence for garbage? I don't know. Logan was great. Everything else is not that great.
It's not horrible though.
Some are better than others.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the case with any of them.
But, I mean, there's a...
Thor: The Dark World isn't that great.
No, it's hot garbage.
I disagree. I don't think it's that bad.
No?
Nope.
I don't like it.
I think it could have been done better.
Yeah.
But we are talking about an Asgardian tale.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thor comics have not always been the best.
No.
But there are some really interesting villains within the Thor comics.
Mm-hmm.
And Malachi is one of them. So I don't think they did a great job with him.
No, not at all.
But anyway, different day.
All right. Breaking the fourth wall, that confirmed your theory.
Which one?
Of her growing up watching sitcoms and things like that.
Yeah.
Yep, that put that into place.
Yeah, that one, Breaking the Fourth Wall, I think I think I would watch that one multiple times, like by itself. That was a good one by itself.
Was it on there? Is that where they go? No, it's the next one where they go into her past.
No, this is one where they go into her past. Oh
no,
this
it's
is
the next one.
This is the one where we find out about Agatha.
Yeah, that's where she.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Agatha reveal was done pretty good.
That was pretty funny. And was that little catchy jingle to it?
Yep. And
this was very Malcolm in the Middle. That's what made me.
Yeah.
And then I see it in the next one. Yeah.
And Modern Family.
A mockumentary.
Yep. The Vision and Darcy bit is interesting.
That was
the Vision thinking
funny.
that Wanda is trying to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's Wanda.
I don't think it is either.
I think it's Agatha.
Yeah.
I think she has more control in there than any of us know. I think she's going to be able to control
a lot of things.
She's definitely going to be very powerful.
Yeah, I think if Wanda's not suppressed
Mm-hmm.
and or not paying attention, she can alter things, and that's why she does it without her watching.
Oh, you think
without
that
her paying attention?
You think that if Wanda's not paying attention to it, Agatha can mess with it?
Yeah,
it's possible. I think that Agatha can mess with it right in front of Wanda.
Maybe, but I think
Agatha's
Wanda
knowledge of magic gives her the leg up on Wanda right now.
I'm not sure because they're in Wanda's. This is her turf,
right?
And I think her energy being everywhere,
but I think
gives her the advantage. If like she saw it in front of her and wasn't sealed away like in the next one, she could like override it to a certain extent. Maybe without Agatha going full ham. But I think it's easier for her to manipulate things when Wanda isn't paying attention.
I think that I'm not sure. Because I think that Wanda, or just her knowledge, is going to be substantially a substantial hurdle for Wanda.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it will be. It's skill versus talent.
Right. But yeah, I really like that one. Was good.
Mm-hmm.
The Vision and Darcy stuff was just great. Great.
It's very reality, Big Brother.
Yeah, road trip.
Yeah.
Type thing. Yeah. Oh, and Darcy explaining, well, she had to watch you die twice.
Twice.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's so much has happened to Wanda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah.
Her and Thor have probably the worst go about everything. Just about.
I don't know. Because I think that there's a really big... I think that we're going to see a lot of examinations of what trauma does to people in the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's they kind of have figured out with Thor Ragnarok that, and with Captain and with Civil War, that, oh, hey, people connect with this type of story.
Yeah,
and it's
they do.
Something that we haven't really seen a lot.
Which is funny because that's like 90% of the Marvel comics is trauma and dealing with it.
And that's what I'm saying, is that there's so much of it in the comics. and how to deal with it, because it's a lot of talking in the there is a lot of talking in the comics.
Yeah.
It's not the flashy action and that kind of stuff that's in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's there, but it's not.
It's easier to do that in comics, though, to do a lot of talking.
Yeah, yep. So I think that we're going to see more of that type of examination in the movies and in the shows.
Oh, I bet a lot of that's going to be in Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Bucky's probably going to go.
Oh, yeah. Bucky's stuff is going to be deep. I think.
He's probably going to have a lot of PTSD and maybe a meltdown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I think that when it comes to our media,
Mm-hmm.
or at least our visual media, our movies, our TV shows, that kind of stuff, the examination of trauma hasn't really been forefront in anything that I can think of. I mean, even Breaking Bad, for as good as Breaking Bad is, isn't an examination of Walter White's trauma.
No, it's not.
You know,
there's little bits here and there of in certain shows,
right? But it's
there's
nothing
never
like this.
Yeah, there's never a full scale of it. Like
Yeah.
that's all on previously on the next episode is that's some
Oh yeah,
gut punchers.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But I think that that's what's going to make. And back to the trauma thing, I think that that's what's keeping fans into the MCU stuff is that examination of the trauma. That's what's making people go, "Oh man, this is like like it's not exactly this comic story, but it definitely has the spirit of."
Yeah, it has a lot of elements and a lot of
Right.
things you can personally connect with
Right.
to an extent.
Yep. All right. So
one of my favorite things is when he's by himself and he's talking and he goes, "What am I doing?" He pulls
Yeah.
it off and he does this, but then it flips back and he flies out of the truck. So was that in his head? When he's in it, he takes the mic off and he goes, "What am I doing?" He flies away, but then he flies out of his seat. Like all that was in his head.
Right, I hadn't even thought of. Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe that was just because it's like a TV thing
Mm-hmm.
to flick back and forth. But since
Right.
it's happening in real time,
Right.
maybe
Or is
it's
it
just,
or is it Wanda editing the story like we've seen in the other ones?
it could be, or it could just be something that autopilot. Maybe Vision has a little bit of control over it.
Maybe, I don't know. But the him standing up and going, "What am I doing?"
Yeah,
That was
He takes the mic off.
that was one of the fun. I think that's the funniest joke in here so far.
Yeah, because he really gets into it too. Like he
Oh,
goes
yeah.
from like sitting to like, oh
Oh yeah, he's really like his ability as Vision
yeah, just a good
To-
character actor.
to have the innocence and the naivety.
Naivety.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Sorry. To examine what's going on with him and what he's feeling and what he's doing
Mm-hmm.
has been just a treat on it.
Because
A treat.
he knows, he has the knowledge but not the wisdom
Mm-hmm.
of it. Like he knows what's going on, but he has to go through it. He has to state the facts to process it emotionally.
Right, and then he handles it,
Yeah,
and then it's on to the next thing.
yeah,
And I think that that's the acting with it. It's just
it's hilarious. It's great.
it's just fantastic. It's like, yeah, this is kind of how an AI robot would be.
Yeah, for the most part, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, only being alive
Because an AI robot isn't going to sit there and dwell on whether they should have done this or that or how it could have changed different. It would be, this is what happened. This is how I can improve next time.
Yeah,
And that's it.
but he has to do a little bit of reasoning because he still has.
Yeah, he has to reason his
Yeah.
way in and out of it.
Yeah, because he still has human traits from
Right.
Tony, Jarvis, and all that.
Right. Right. But yeah, the logic and the reasoning and the Just how quick
it's perfect.
I think it's right on the head.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Mm-hmm. The big episode previously on.
Oh, that's my favorite one so far. Oh, there was a little tidbit that I saw online. That when Vision, when he does this, they put a little sound effect in there. And you hear like a wicka wicka.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a regular scratch.
No,
it sounds like
metal.
somebody scratching metal. Yes, I did notice that.
Yeah. That's last tidbit for that episode. But you see a little more of Agatha's past.
That's pretty close to her comic origin.
Is it?
Yeah, she was in Salem. She was burned at the stake, or they attempted to, at least in the comics. The draining others' life force, I don't think is something she does in the comics.
That might just
I get
be
a feeling that she's a couple of characters rolled into one.
Yeah.
But they do that with all their villains now.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
really
just
do.
this, and I don't know if she's really a villain.
She's not.
We're treating her like she's being treated like one or displayed as one. But
it's
in
not
this episode, she is not doing. I mean, she starts with capturing Wanda and but I think that's more for Agatha's safety than anything else, and so that they can have a talk without Wanda just erasing it,
Yeah.
or changing
Throwing
it,
her out.
or throwing her out, or what have you.
Yeah, because
She's very
she's helping Wanda therapeutically
right.
with all this kind of stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that I think she's going to be more like the comic book character than we originally thought when we got the "It's All Been Agatha" song.
Maybe Herb is Doctor Strange.
No, Herb is not Doctor Strange.
I didn't know if he was just incognito, and then they went there to help her.
But Doctor Strange not showing up in it yet is kind of interesting. Like, Sword can get there.
Maybe this will come up later, and he's dealing with something. And said, Agatha, you're my friend. Go help her.
I don't know if Agatha knows Doctor Strange yet.
Maybe not.
I know in the comics at this point, Agatha and Doctor Strange know of each other, but not acquaintances. Like, they're not. Like,
oh yeah, I guess I don't know.
In House of M, Doctor Strange isn't going to call Agatha to help out Wanda.
No,
it's the other way
that's
around.
true.
Agatha and Wanda had been together for a long time by House of M.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this will somehow tie into Doctor Strange.
Yes, I agree. I'm just not sure how.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really seems like this level of magic on Earth would be something that the Sorcerer Supreme would be acutely aware of and interested in.
You think so?
Especially when it's magic that a 600-year-old witch or older, 1,000-year-old witch at this
Could
point.
be.
I mean, she looks pretty adultish in Salem in 14, whatever.
Yeah, she hadn't aged. I was wondering if that was her longevity from that, or from stealing life from other people.
Right. I don't know, and I don't know if she did steal life.
Or maybe
even that part of it, like, she is bound. She is not doing anything to those people. It is just happening.
Maybe that's one of her natural.
Maybe that's one of her natural talents. Maybe, I don't know. But
So
it seems
they're trying
like
to stop her, but she's maybe they're trying to use their life force to bind her.
And that's what, even that part of it where she's saying, I didn't break your rules. It wasn't my fault. They bent to my will. Like, they just bent to me. Like, I didn't try to do anything. It just happened.
Maybe that's why she sought out Wanda, because she has natural talent.
Mm-hmm.
And then combined with study of magic,
right,
made her better. But she thinks that that's how Wanda did it. Because clearly she's like, how did you do it? How'd you do it? And Wanda's like,
right.
I don't
know. Yeah.
Because Wanda's not a witch in that sense. She's just she just has that power.
Right. Well, I think in the last episode, we're definitely going to find out more about what the Scarlet Witch is.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get at least an explanation of it.
When that light shone, I was like, if for a split second, I was like, is that the Phoenix? But then I saw more of the outline of the kind of the Scarlet Witch costume.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So for a hot second, I thought it was going to be the Phoenix.
Yeah, but that wouldn't.
But no, it wouldn't.
No. But it might be tied to the Phoenix somehow later on. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe they say, oh, the Scarlet Witch is of a... She's a being up there with them.
Right.
Like Sidorak or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's in the comics. That's where she gets chaos magic is from. Is kind of it's from
that other realm.
Well, it's from a certain. Gosh, I can't remember his name. Maybe it is Sidorak. Anyway, one of the eternal beings, whichever god or goddess or whatever you want to call them in Marvel, cosmic entity, made chaos magic kind of as a type of wild magic almost. And you got to remember that this is all stuff that was retconned in the comic.
Yeah, like everything's been retconned
initially.
At some point.
Well, initially, Wanda's powers were probability and not even chaos magic, just hand wavy magic, telekinesis, reality.
Yeah.
Right, and then it became wild magic because it didn't require any incantations or runes or any of the stuff that Agatha is using in this episode. And then in House of M, I think we find out that it's chaos magic. And then chaos magic is retconned to, I think, Sidorak. I think
would make sense.
One of them, something with a C-I, something. Anyway.
Crimson Gem Sidorak. You would think Crimson Chaos.
No, it's not, because Sidorak is, and I thought this initially, that's Juggernaut.
Yeah, he has the.
Yeah, this is it's something else. It's like CHI, Chitana, something like that.
Oop.
How about being that, or where does Wanda's powers come from?
Let's look up chaos magic here. Cream, Elder God, Archdemon.
Chitana. Chithan?
Cthon?
Cthon.
Looks very Cthulhu looking.
Yes, in very Cthulhu.
God of chaos.
Spelling. Right.
So that makes sense.
Yep.
If he's a god of chaos, then...
And
close that.
Basically, when the Earth was formed, he took magic, like slivers of magic from other beings and leftover magic and stuff that other entities had made but weren't really using, and kind of combined it all into one to make chaos magic, basically.
And she can tap into that.
And she is like a kind of like a juggernaut for him, whatever, where she's kind of his chosen champion type deal.
Yeah, because the whole Juggernaut thing was they were gods made champions to fight in their place.
Right, because they couldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. She'd be a ballin' champion.
Yeah. Oh, I watched a Wiki Weekend breakdown of Wanda, and in the comics she basically has all the powers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She fights on par with the Phoenix 5.
She could probably take out the Phoenix 5 by herself.
I know she fights 2 of them by herself and does it okay. And you're like, wow, that's because the Phoenix is ridiculous powerful.
I really hope at some point we get Battle World with her and Dr. Doom are a couple.
That'd be ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Ultimate power couple in my book. Her and Dr. Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does teach her in the comics.
Power of science and power of magic come together. His intellect and her raw ability.
Well, he's big into magic too in the comics.
Oh yeah, he has like a technology magic mix.
Yeah.
In it.
Anyway. So that's kind of where her powers in the comics come from.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see the same thing in the show. I'm assuming it'll be a mix of a couple of different things.
Probably.
But Agatha, she is definitely being put in the role of the bad guy, but she doesn't really seem
She just wants
all
knowledge.
that bad.
She just wants knowledge. She wants to know how to do the magic Wanda does.
I don't even know if it's that she wants to know how to do it. I think she wants to know how it's maybe a sorcerer supreme type situation where how did you do this so that I can help these people or stop this or what have you.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's for her to gain knowledge and maybe more in a scholarly way. You never know.
Right. Yep. Although we do get a very intimate breakdown of Wanda's trauma in this episode.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that she had powers before interacting with the scepter.
Yeah, that was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of ambiguous. Because
we saw her, because in Agatha says it, oh, you messed with the probability of the bomb so that it wouldn't explode.
Mm-hmm.
So she, in Wanda's first power in the comics was the ability to manipulate probability.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that was just Agatha trying to goad her into getting more information, because she didn't really believe that Wanda wasn't a real witch at first.
I think that she did mess with the probability of the bomb. I think she did have powers before.
It's possible.
Messing with or doing the Mind Stone testing.
Yeah.
Because even during that, Quicksilver says, Wanda, don't mess with it. While they're under the bed. And then she gets pulled out by Agatha.
Okay, yeah, I guess that does make sense then.
And it's there for a second before she gets pulled out, and we're on to something else.
Maybe she did have powers then.
That's what I'm wondering, because how else do you, like with the Mind Stone experiments, the next step, the Mind Stone experiments, where nobody survived this. And then...
Yeah, if she could affect probability.
Right.
Her and her brother would live.
Right. And I don't know if Quicksilver gets his powers from the Mind Stone.
Maybe he had some other kind of power?
I think that Wanda increases the powers, that he wakes up what's already there.
Maybe they're the first mutants.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, and this hex is going to unleash it from everybody.
Right.
And from her natural first awakening.
That there's people that have latent abilities. And after messing with the Mind Stone, Wanda can kind of unlock them without realizing that she's doing it.
Could be, yeah. It's possible. I don't know.
Because, imagine they put her back in her cell. She sees her brother. The next day, Pedro can run really fast. He's always been pretty quick. Like, faster than they've seen. But not Quicksilver speed.
Not supersonic.
And now that he's interacted with Wanda, he can. And maybe that's Strucker's whole idea is to take Wanda out into the world and get her to interact with a bunch of these people to unlock their abilities to build his army.
Maybe that's how he was going to build I just blinked what they're called.
The robots.
No, people with powers being a team for the government.
Which government?
For like shield or sword or something. It'd be different, I guess, in Marvel. What are they called?
The Ultimates? The Canadian one?
That's Alpha Force.
Alpha Force?
No, it's we talked about Thunderbolts, yeah. Maybe that's how they'd have Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is different.
I mean, but that's how they could bring it in, giving people powers.
Thunderbolts in Black Widow, you'll get who's going to make the Thunderbolts.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they'll just try to make some kind of team.
At least I heard about it. The after credits scene when Black Widow, because Black Widow was out.
I haven't seen it yet, so
No. For people to watch, to write their reviews before it was released, before everything was closed, because Black Widow was coming out like in 2 or 3 weeks when everything got shut down.
Yeah.
So people had already received their copies to watch at home so that they could write their reviews and get them ready to roll out the day or two before, week before, whatever. And the after credits scene leaked online after the shutdown.
Ah. Shows a little Thunderbolt action or something to...
There is somebody in the MCU already that we know pretty well who has thunder in his name.
Thunderbolt Ross?
And who kind of, in the comics, started the Thunderbolts in the comics. Because the Thunderbolts were his idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if he's going to be Red Hulk.
I'm not saying nothing.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying because I want you to. I don't want to ruin that for you.
I'll pick it up later.
So we see her get her powers and interact with the Mind Stone. So she has always had, or since that interaction with the Mind Stone, she has had a very, very close link with that stone.
Yeah, which makes sense. She'd fall in love with Vision.
Because he is that stone. Yes. Yep. And then we see something that's I thought was very interesting. Her not breaking into Sword headquarters to steal Vision's body. She didn't steal the body.
No, yeah, they really made it seem like she did.
Yeah. Yeah, they even released a
video.
I'm talking Marvel itself, Disney itself released a cut scene from Endgame.
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Where she breaks in and steals. Yeah. And we see that in earlier episodes where, and she didn't take the body.
Maybe that was something edited. And then
I don't think that Wanda...
in universe, it was made to make her look bad.
I think that it's something that Hayward made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To make her look like the enemy. Because he has something up his sleeve. Yeah. I mean, something... Hayward's going to be the bad guy, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
Like, he's the one that's going to have to be defeated.
I feel like... Because when she breaks in, she puts her hand over Vision's head.
Can't feel him.
Yeah, but she still has the red glowing bit in her hand when she pulls it off. So I think
she took a piece of him.
Yeah, she took his consciousness.
You think so?
Or whatever was left of him in
took
there.
A portion of it. To try to get him.
Yeah, I think maybe she took all she could out of it, and I think that White Vision is going to come in the next episode. Regular Vision and him are going to fight. And then she's going to have to merge them together, and he'll become regular Vision.
Maybe. I definitely think that going along that path is the right idea.
Yeah. Or we can go in true Marvel fashion, and fake Vision is going to have to sacrifice himself to stop White Vision, and Wanda's going to have to lose him all over again.
Oh, if that happens. Oh. But I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
Then White Vision is going to be out in the world and be that's the Vision we're going to have for a while is White Vision.
Could be.
And that's going to be season 2.
If Wanda doesn't, if White Vision killed that Vision, if Wanda didn't go apeshit and really tear him apart.
I don't think that the Vision that we have in WandaVision right now, the quote unquote, the created Vision by Wanda's Vision, is going to make it out of it.
Probably not.
I think that he's done. That she's going to have to let him go. White Vision is going to be a part of it. I don't think that it's going to be White Vision that kills him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's going to have to be Wanda actually, like, his head in her lap type, let him go. Like, watch him be unmade in front of her type thing.
Yeah, maybe when she releases the hex.
Yeah, that she'll have to release the hex for whatever reason.
Yeah. Maybe to stop Agatha from doing something, or maybe stop, what's his name?
Hayward.
Yeah, Hayward from doing something.
Yeah. I think Hayward's going to be... I don't think that Hayward is a human.
No.
I don't think so.
Think he's a Skrull, maybe?
Nope. I think that he is Mephisto or some other, or Nightmare or something of that nature. And he's going to try to get the hex to gather the energy from it for himself so that he can take over the earth or enslave everybody or whatever. And that Wanda will have to willingly give up the hex and willingly take it apart.
Oh, yeah. Then she'd have to have Vision come apart in her arms one more time.
Right. Yep. But
That's
I think
not going to be good
Agatha,
for her.
but I think that Agatha is going to help her hang on to the kids because the kids aren't there right now. And Wanda can't tell where they are. That means that they are not in the hex. They're not anywhere where Wanda can see them, so they're safe.
Oh, she had him on the whole, like, choking him with a rope thing.
I'm saying during this part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
that
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she has him tucked away.
Someplace
kind of,
safe. Right? Because she even says there's someplace safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Some little pocket reality.
And I think, and speaking of that, the Agatha with the boys at the end, I think that's more for Agatha's safety because she's not really hurting them.
No.
Like, they don't look like they're in pain. They just look like they want to get away.
Yeah.
Which...
And it's the best way to keep Wanda... Like I said, I think Wanda's more powerful than she is.
Right. And that's a way to keep Wanda...
From taking her
up.
apart, yeah.
Right. Right. And I think that beginning of the next episode, we're going to see Agatha say, look, I just wanted to understand what you had going on here so that I know how to help you. Because Agatha and Wanda are really close allies in the comics.
Maybe when they're discussing things, that's when the White Vision comes in and disrupts things.
So, in the trailers and stuff, we've seen... Anything else on this episode that you want to get into before we get into that stuff?
Nothing I can really think of, other than the whole, confirm the sitcom thing.
I do agree that I think that this is the best episode so far.
Yeah, it's really
But
crazy.
I haven't seen the other one. The other ones, every episode, when I'm done with it, I'm like, oh, this is the best one. And then the next one comes out, and I go, oh, that one's even better. I think that they've done a great job with the show. Like,
they have. It's amazing.
If this is how Disney Plus, these shows are going to be on Disney Plus going forward, I am all in. All in. Especially with the Mandalorian stuff and the Favreau.
The Favreauverse.
Yeah.
As we might call it.
Sign me up.
I'm
already signed up, Disney. Thanks.
Yeah. About a year in advance.
But Disney, you can give me the subscription for free so that we can keep doing these episodes.
I just bought a year of it for like $80 or whatever, 70
Really?
something. Yeah, it's cheaper doing it that way.
Yeah, I pay, I think, $59 for a year because I did it right when it came out.
Okay, I just got it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Or like right when the Mandalorian came out.
Yeah, I did it as soon as I could sign up for it. I did it because I knew that my kids and stuff would want it.
Oh yeah.
And it got and even then, when it was first starting, my kids watched it all the time, and all of the stuff, all the Disney stuff's on there.
Oh yeah.
Anyway. Next episode predictions. What's going to happen?
I think White Vision shows up. I think him and regular Vision WandaVision, as you might call them, fight. And there's some maybe there's some conflict between, maybe Vision gets there. There's some conflict between Agatha and Vision, maybe, or maybe they have an understanding, or with her and with Vision and Scarlet Witch. And then that's interrupted by White Vision.
So, you just made me think of something. Why is this called WandaVision? Why is the show titled WandaVision?
Because all the things that Wanda wants to see. Wanda's vision.
You're close, right? It's that
It's like a
it's
veil over her
multiple.
eyes.
It's multiple levels, right? Because this is Wanda's vision of how reality should be, right? But it's also Wanda's robot vision is the subject of this. It's not about Wanda. It's about her vision. The vision she made. That's what the first season is about.
Yeah, that is true.
It's about how Wanda makes Vision. It's not about anything else. It's how Wanda gets Vision back. The whole series. That way we can have more than one season of it. Because right now it's just the Hex. The Hex is gone. Boom. This is how we get Vision back. The whole series is how do we get Vision back into the MCU? How does Wanda get her Vision back? So season ends, right? Last show, right? You're right. I think White Vision comes in. In the trailer, we've seen her and the Vision that she made, have to, we're going to fight to protect it, right? And they start fighting White Vision. Well, White Vision has, the more he gets hit with Wanda's powers, the more he needed that to energize.
I thought he just needed that to get through the Hex.
No, he needed that to turn on.
Okay.
At the end of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
He needed some of the juice, baby.
Maybe, the more he gets hit, the more powerful he gets.
Right? Because she made that vision, her vision, right? All of his attacks are made from her powers also.
Oh, and he gets weaker as that one gets stronger.
Or they just keep increasing its strength.
No, I'm saying that vision, Wanda's vision, the more he fights White Vision, he gets weaker.
Right.
And weaker.
Right,
and
that kind of thing also, yeah.
Well, maybe that's how he dies.
And she realizes that the only way to defeat the White Vision thing is to get rid of the Hex. And Agatha helps her keep the kids so that the kids can continue existing. And that's how the series ends, is Wanda giving it up, Hayward kind of winning.
I could see that. I hope that they just merge the two visions and he's back.
Nope, because season 2 is how do we get White Vision on our side?
Yeah,
and
that makes
away
sense.
from Hayward. And then season 3 is we have White Vision on our side. How do we make him more like
Old
Vision, right? So they find who?
Dr.
Wonder
Strange.
Man.
Oh, what? I was supposed to say Doctor Strange, but yeah.
Right? They find Wonder Man in season 3, right? So they found Wonder Man in season 3. Season 4 is how do we merge Wonder Man and White Vision? I'm up to almost season 6 now.
I wasn't sure if it would go past season 1, though.
I didn't think so either, but after that WandaVision epiphany,
it might. We never know.
It is about how Wanda gets Vision back. That's what the show is about. It's not about the Hex. It's not about the mutants. It's not about any of that.
Could be.
But things like that, things like the mutants are going to come out of it.
Yeah,
she destroys the Hex.
Yeah, it's really
goes around
like
the world, unlocks mutant powers, right?
Yeah,
it's also how it ties into the MCU stuff, right? So this is going to tie into Doctor Strange 2, right?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
At the end of the series, Agatha and Wanda. Oh, Wanda, I'm so sorry that you had to do. I know that loss is so bad. I know somebody that can help you, and they end up at Sorcerer Supreme in New York. Boom. Now she's in Doctor Strange 2, learning more about magic.
Yeah, I kind of imagine there's that moment when the hex is gone, and maybe White Vision powers down, and Wanda turns to Agatha and is like, "This is you. You did this to me," or something, and then she says, "Everything's gone, but here's your kids." And that's maybe what makes her trust her.
Maybe something like that too. Yeah, maybe. I think so, but I think that it is.
Maybe that's why they go to Doctor Strange. Says, "Here, you can use your powers to make them real." I don't know.
I figured it out. No,
I'm throwing
I'm
stuff
kidding.
out.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So am I too, but that just makes way more sense than this, because everything that I've seen has been focused on. It's the House of M storyline. It's the kind of combined with the Vision storyline. Well, the Vision, but we haven't seen much of the Vision stuff in this yet.
No.
It's been mostly House of M type stuff.
Well, yeah, because Vision had his own family without Wanda.
What if the Vision stuff, right, is the themes of WandaVision, right? Where it's how to build a family, how to be a family, how to be normal in an abnormal world.
And then it comes crashing down.
Right.
Yeah, that makes that. Yeah, that would really fit with that.
And that
really
Vision, the stuff from the Vision comics is more farther down the line. Like they're not.
Maybe White Vision will make his own little thing.
I think that it's really easy to do. To be watching a season and get to the end of a season and go, well, what are they? How are they going to go? Right? And forget that we don't see the future on this. And that when people are writing these, they are not writing a single season of stuff. It is
it's a few out.
Multiple seasons out. So that makes the most sense to me.
Guess we'll find out next time.
Is that it's how to get Vision back. And let's see if Wanda gets Vision back.
I feel like she will.
I think she will. I think that at the end of it, it'll be. It's going to be really interesting to see how it goes forward, because there's a lot of history between Wanda and Vision in the comics.
Oh yeah,
and there's a lot of stories to draw off of, and there's a lot of stuff that can come out of this type of series in the movies and TV shows and other stuff.
Oh yeah, since this is so wildly popular too.
We've got the kids now, right? So that puts Avengers Disassembled on the table now, because Wanda destroys the Avengers in that. So do we get an Avengers movie where Wanda is the bad guy in the future?
It would have to be. Maybe that ties it
where this ties into it.
Like what I said with Agatha, she has the kids in like a little sustained room. That's like, oh, they can't leave, or they'll
maybe.
But maybe then she takes them to Doctor Strange. Says they're kept in this sealed room off wall. My power is keeping them alive. Can you help me make them real?
Right.
And then she can't make them real, and has to let them go after already losing Vision again, and that's what makes her really go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And then maybe she is. Maybe she takes over the White Vision.
I know that a lot of people online are talking about how, oh, we have Wiccan and Speed now, so now we can have Young Avengers. Like, that's going to be the next movie that comes out. And we're only, like, these Marvel movies and shows are designed to be coming out for years from now.
Yeah.
Like the comics. So introducing the kids now, it puts something on the table maybe 15 years from now. Like in the comics.
Possible, yeah.
Because the kids in the comics didn't become Young Avengers for decades. Right?
I'm not really familiar with Young Avengers all that well, so I just thought
Young Avengers came out in like late 90s, early 2000s, I want to say, because it was when Teen Titans was really big on TV is when they came out with decided to do Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Teen Titans late 90s, the cartoon show.
Yeah, Teen Titans came out in around the 80s for
DC, as far as comics, yeah.
Right? Started to make it, like, started getting popular in the late 90s, early 2000s with the TV shows and movies. Well, I don't think they did a movie, but
they Teen Titans and Tokyo.
they got like Judas Contract and that kind of stuff, but that's more.
No, the first one was Teen Titans and Tokyo,
Right.
which was supposed to wrap up the series, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then then
that
they end
was
up
supposed to wrap up the TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've had a few kind of modern with like Damian Wayne.
Yeah. Yep. But Young Avengers is kind of
Similar.
riding on the coattails of that, I believe. And when did House of M come out? 90s?
Something like that. I'd have to check.
Early to mid 90s? Maybe earlier?
Because that was supposed to be, that was kind of a soft reset.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to bring some people back or get rid of some people. 2005.
Wow, I am way off on that. So the Young Avengers is even less time than that. Because if House of M was done in
That's what I
2005.
Let's see. 2005.
Yeah, 2004. Following the events of 2004, 2005, Avengers disassembled.
Yep, April 2005.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, we are talking about things that are decades down the line.
Yeah, if it even happens.
Yeah. I mean, from
this time period.
From the comics.
From their time period up.
Right.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Okay, so with the movies, right? With the MCU, the storylines that we are looking at right now are from Silver Age or Gold Age? Because Avengers came out in the 60s.
60s, yeah. Ultron was a little later.
Ultron was like 70s.
Yeah.
Right?
Because that was Age of Ultron.
Infinity Gauntlet was late 80s, early 90s, I believe. Right?
That
so
sounds
we
right.
are still, according to
if you follow that timeline, yeah.
that kind of timeline. So I don't know.
I feel like Secret Wars is next.
Yeah, Secret Wars is next. Kang the Conqueror is probably the next big villain.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Wars is probably the storyline after Kang, because we're going to get a setup similar to Thanos' setup.
Yeah, a good tease, and then
Mm-hmm.
because we already have the scrolls and stuff. So
Right, we have the Skrulls, but we don't have the, what's the other ones?
the Kree,
We do have the Kree.
yeah,
We
like
have the
Captain Marvel.
Skrulls. I don't know. And how much do they change in the old stuff? Like in the MCU, like how many of the characters from,
Maybe Rhodey's a Skrull
that's what I'm saying, is which ones are Skrulls, which ones aren't.
because he's a different, he's a different actor. Maybe they'll incorporate that.
I don't know.
That actor from the first one was a Skrull,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know.
And I just saw this the other day too. In the first Avengers movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Agent Coulson calls Tony and bypasses everything, and Tony answers the phone with, "You've reached a life model decoy of Tony," right? Which is what Nick Fury uses all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Skrulls are going to be a stand-in for that. I wonder if
That would make sense.
Nick Fury really did die, or something died in Civil War. And then the real Nick Fury we see for a few minutes. And then we see him for a few minutes in Age of Ultron. And then he's Skrull every other time. Like we haven't ever seen much of Nick Fury. Because in Far From Home, that was Skrull Nick Fury the whole time.
Yeah, but then it shows him on a spaceship far away. So
Did
maybe he's never been on Earth and he's just relaying orders to people who look like him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe they've never personally met him.
Right. I don't know, but that's another conversation for another time.
Yeah, it is.
Anything else on WandaVision?
No, nothing I can think of.
All right. Like, comment, and and subscribe.
Helps the videos.
Engagement drives us forward.
It really does. It does. All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
Thank you very much.